Hello everybody and welcome back again to, hopefully, an even longer WoW stream than we did the last time. Kind of a nice, just, gradual increase of things. Actually, just gonna dismount again. I did just want to go over everything we're going to be doing today, real quickly, for the people on YouTube more than likely. Basically, we're going to be heading down there in like 30 seconds. Going to finish off all the Brewfest quests, so I only got 2 left to do. Can do them both right now, because I got all the tokens, like, by accident yesterday. Somehow. Don't know how that happened, but there we go, 213, so we can finish everything. Then once we've finished up here, going to queue up for the Brewfest dungeon, see if we can get them out from there. And then, continuing on from the theme that we kind of discovered at the end of last stream, going for like an undead sort of necromancer hunter style theme for my Shadowlands like appearance. So we've got the 2 ghost griffins. I have the big astral cloud serpent that we got at the end of last stream, which is amazing, one of my favourite mounts in the game. So happy we got that. But then also, I was doing some LFR stuff just to clear out my quest log, basically, because nobody in the fucking dungeon was doing anything at the guild. So instead, we got this guy completely by accident. I was doing a Jara on LFR, I think. The like boss just before her dropped the squid, and instantly I got this guy for 150 battle pets or whatever. So now we have the full collection of tiny little spirit astral dragon thing, spirit griffins, and then the big old astral dragon as well. So all set now, which is pretty nice. I'm really enjoying the whole theme we've got going on now. But yeah, as I mentioned, I do believe we can finish all the Brewfest stuff right now. Pardon me, I'm pretty sure what I do is I buy that. There we go, there's the Brewfest achievement, and then we return that to her for a full refund of 200 tickets. And then we go and buy the Brewfest Brew of the Month Club membership form. Which then gives us this, which I take to the guy inside Ironforge, I'm guessing. It's the Brew of the Month Club building, like their bar, I think is near the entrance-ish. But then that should be every Brewfest achievement done, which is pretty nice. Yep, it is right next to the entrance. This one. With the big beer stein on the outside. Paperwork looks in order. Welcome to the club. You can expect to get our mail at the start of every month. If you like what you got, stop by and we can sell you more of it. Nice. There we go, in Brewmaster. Beautiful. That took us, like, literally 2 streams and finished the entire holiday thing. I guess it's not a super long holiday event, to be fair, but that feels good, just having that, like, completely done. Now, let's find that guy. Trying to think what would be the fastest way of traveling. In fact, because we're going to be in the queue anyway, I'll go get on the fucking flight path and just fly to Stormwind. No, if I can actually land. There we go. Like a fucking straight shot through. Queuing at the same time should be good. There's only an average wait time of a minute on these guys? Damn. It's actually faster to queue for this than it is to queue for a classic dungeon, which is surprising. The LFG for classic dungeons is just always almost instant. But then you get to like Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King and it's like a 10-minute wait for a dungeon. It's like, why? Why is it like 30 seconds to get into a classic dungeon? When I get into the next bracket, it goes up like, massively. No idea. I guess people just skip stuff somehow. Or it might be due to the fact that it splits the player base in half, right? And half the people queue for Wrath, half queue for Burning Crusade. So that's what essentially doubles the queue time. That makes sense. But yeah, I spent some time yesterday while I was just running around doing stuff in WoW. Kinda just got really back into WoW again after like not playing it for a week pretty much. Which is good timing considering pre-patch probably Wednesday. Super excited. But yeah, spend some time just going through the WoW mounts list website. And it has like a category for just undead and demonic mounts, I think it is. So I've kind of got a mental list of where we're going to go and farm stuff. I think the first protocol is going to be invincible on this character. I moved my Demon Hunter over earlier. What the hell? I moved my Demon Hunter over earlier to Stratholme because I know she can run through there quicker than my Hunter can. And can kill one of the bosses before he even leaves the first room or whatever with the dashes, because the dash deals damage, so you just charge into the boss, one-shot him and go through. It's way faster to do that on the Demon Hunter than like any other class that I've tried it with. So she's ready. Gonna do hopefully 10 runs of that, but probably be less. Just because we'll hit instance cap by doing... Oh wow. Cool, never seen that before. Yeah, we'll probably hit instance cap quicker by doing invincible and stuff. In fact, because I've just flown over to Stormwind, I could run and go and do Midnight first, because I've done classic Midnight run already. I think I did that yesterday. But I didn't do the return to Karazhan. I don't think there's a flight point landing any quicker than Stormwind now, is there? Because we're in Northshire. It might just land me in the middle of Goldshire, to be fair. I guess that is technically closer, isn't it? Nope, we're just flying straight to Stormwind now. Fair enough. Yeah, I think I have finished like adjusting the UI now. I decided to add back in my like mount box over here that I had previously, just because now, obviously, with the changed favorited mount list, because I reduced it down to just the like undead, or at least mounts that fit the undead theme to some degree. So we've literally got the Astral Cloud Serpent, the Everworm, Hearthsteed, because kinda, I guess. It's more an elemental, I guess, than anything, but it kind of fits the colour palette at the very least. The Vanquisher from 25 Men, Smoldering Emberworm, and the Spirit of Eshiro are the like 6 mounts I now have on my list for the like undead theme, but there's a whole bunch more that we can get. We could get Invincible and Midnight today. That'd be nice. It is essentially just more undead horses, but there seems to be a lot of undead horses, funnily enough. There is also one from Island Expeditions, the Risen Mare. It's like an unarmored undead horse. Like the literal undead race horses. As opposed to just an undead themed thing. My DPS is really sucking for some reason. I've been doing like a good 60 to 70 DPS lately. And we get just prize tokens, really? Nice. An extra 25 tokens that are completely worthless now. Oh, I guess I could buy the Tabard, but I already have like almost 200 saved up on the other hunter, specifically for the Tabard. Maybe I could buy a hat or a dress or something. So that's apparently the options. Okay, it spawned me facing the opposite direction to the one I was flying in. Nice. Oh, I did get some ale and stuff, apparently. Nice. Yeah, I also spent some time this morning before the stream, because like I said, I've just got really back into WoW again, so now I'm just playing it all the time again. Doing some pet battles and stuff, because it's pet battle week, so it's like double XP for them or whatever. Triple XP, I guess, technically. However that works. But yeah, I've been leveling up some of those. I got a couple of the ones that I think it was a Hazel video where she went through and like highlighted all the really good battle pets for BFA. I've been leveling up this guy, and he is really good. He's the one you get from the like WOD starting quest. Super strong. Like he just one-shots everything. Because you charge him up with wind up, and then you use supercharge and then wind up again. It deals like 500 damage in a single turn, which is more health than like any of the battle pets have, seemingly. Well, more health than any ones I've come up against. I just realised the dungeon's around here. But yeah, so he's like now miles ahead of my other battle pets that are on that list. It's dungeon difficulty. There we go. Yeah, also been leveling up the ankle biter, which is also a recommendation from that same video. Which, if I remember on the YouTube front, I will leave a link to as well, like I do with my gold farming ones. At the end of the day, as much as I'm using that information does come from another source originally, and it feels wrong to not reference it. Looking at my gold farming videos, there's a reference to Archfolder and Kraken. So I use a lot of their information for my like gold farming routes and stuff. I mean, my main like gold farming route through Pandaria that we do like once a week is literally straight from an Archfolder video, with just some slight modifications in the exact route, because I basically completely cut out the WOD stuff that he recommends doing, because the WOD stuff earns like next to no gold for some reason for me. Whereas the mop stuff is like 10k just doing that. And like completely cutting out the WOD section. With the gold changes coming in Shadowlands, it might be worth swapping over to doing like Legion dungeons and stuff through the LFR route. Potentially even BFA when they add that, but I'm assuming that'll be what, 9.1 or 9.2 before they add like the BFA LFR guy. Although they might add it earlier because of the like weird leveling changes, right?
Tonight, we meet two lovers born on opposite sides of Sentinel Hill.
Yeah. It's gonna be cool changing up my my like style on my character, because obviously for BFA I went with like a super heavy like Alliance hero theme, a lot of gold, a lot of blue. I mean, half of this is just one set mixed with another, but I think it looks cool. I like it. And it does fit that, like, mental theme I had of, you know, a hero of the Alliance. And changing that quite heavily in Shadowlands to, like, Necromancer sort of theme. Which I have been trying to pick up different bits and pieces of that. I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job at it. But I think a lot of that is gonna... Sorry, I'm just really gassy suddenly. I think a lot of that, like, style and set I have in my head is gonna have to wait until Shadowlands comes out and I have, like, the Maldraxxus transmog and stuff. Oh, I think I might have broken this. Oh no, we could. Thought she bugged for a second. As long as they're not trying to murder me through the wall, I think I'm fine. Yeah, I was having a look through the Shadowlands like weapons that have been data mined and stuff or whatever. It's like a list on Wowhead. some of the Maldraxxus stuff looks really good. Like the Maldraxxus gun, especially. It literally looks like a Chaos Bolt gun from Warhammer. I'm so excited to have that. And it really heavily fits the theme I've got going. That's gonna look awesome. I didn't actually have a look at the pole arms. I probably should, because if my why can I not attack her? That was really odd. If my other hunter ends up staying survival, I'm gonna have to find him a good looking pole arm, which might be difficult considering I don't know what they look like. Also, with him going Night Fae, it might be a very different style thing for him as opposed to Maldraxxus stuff. In some ways, I kind of regret choosing like a gnome as my main because they do look a little bit dumb, but at the same time, of all the Alliance races, I don't know if any of them really look any better as a hunter anyway. Like, I don't really want to play a human. They're just a bit, you know, plain and boring. I guess a Draenei might work for like a survival hunter, just like build-wise, like physically, because they're these big hulking, you know, like mountains of fucking meat, basically. So I don't know, like dwarf and gnome seemed like the best alliance. Oh, I guess maybe elf, maybe night elf would have been a good choice. I kind of don't really like the look of the male night elves either. They look a bit weird. I don't know. Definitely not as comical as a gnome, sure. I don't know. I feel like if anything I'd have been better off just playing on Horde like I did back in Care. Got a lot more visual variety in the races you can choose. Although if you play on Horde, then you may as well just pick an Orc for a Hunter, and then it's kind of the same problem as being like a Draenei Hunter. I don't know. I feel like I'm probably just being too picky on the map. No idea who I'm trying to target or kill here. Oh, there he is. Where'd he go? There. My targeting just kept changing. That was bad. Oh, come on. That's the same... I've got that same choker, I think, every single time I have ran this. I don't think there's been a single time that has not dropped. Even doing the other Karazhan, it's the same icon. And that also drops every time. It's real irritating. It'd be nice if it dropped, I don't know, the Reigns of the Mount. Yeah, also this morning spent some time playing the monk that I made, the Void Elf monk. Monk is actually really fun. Like, it's just kind of enjoyable to play. I don't really know what it is about it. It was just kind of fun. Like, I felt like I was constantly doing like cool AoE stuff. Kind of has that same feeling as Hunter, of you're just like, you can constantly be doing something. You're not waiting for a cooldown, basically. Apart from when you run out of chi or whatever. It's the same for Hunter, to be fair, you can run out of focus. But I always feel like I'm constantly doing something playing that class. And then also, monks get a extra XP boost on top of also having heirlooms and the double XP. So monks essentially get like triple XP right now. So doing one run of Dead Mines, I leveled up 5 times. I went from 22 to 27. I was like, okay, I'm basically ready for like level 30 stuff now already. And the buff lasts for an hour, and then you can go back and train in your like the monk temple that you get to by like meditating, which is kind of cool. It's kind of like the druid hall to the Emerald Dream or whatever they have. You can go back there and you can train again to get another hour's boost of XP. You can just be constantly on triple XP right now and just fly through levels. As much as like every other class, you're probably better off waiting until the pre-patch comes out to finish leveling, right? If you play a monk, probably not. Because you're probably leveling faster now than you will be when pre-patch drops. Because they get bloody triple XP, and well, if you've got heirlooms already fully kitted out all the way until 120, right? But for me it's still until 60. Because I never bothered upgrading them, thankfully, because they're now all worthless in Shadowlands. But that's fine. Kind of dodged a bullet on that one. I'm hoping they do something with that for the people who did pay for like the full upgrades for everything. Like, sure, the double XP isn't needed anymore in Shadowlands because of how fast you level or whatever, right? But it's still a lot of time investment and gold that people have put into those things to upgrade them to make them work all the way to max level, pretty much. But just taking that away from players and not giving them anything in return for that seems like a real dick move on Blizzard's part, honestly. I'm not really sure how you'd balance it anyway. I guess literally just the more upgrades you bought for it, the more stats it gives you, whatever, right? Because you can only use it until 50 and then they stop working anyway because then you go to Shadowlands. So it's not really going to affect like, oh, what difficulty did I just come into this dungeon on? Because it always bloody resets the difficulty. 25-man normal? No. 25-man heroic, please. I don't know how many times I have to set that and tell the game to play on the right bloody difficulty, but here we are. Oh, he's alive, so yeah, definitely haven't ran this before. This week. I should probably swap over to the pterodactyls to get that speed boost. But okay. Oh, come on, really? The fucking shit tier guys are stopping me here. Doesn't the Lich King pop up at some point and start shouting at him again? Yeah, there he is. I only noticed it like the last time I ran this, like last week. That Lich King also talks back to him, because normally I just run straight into this room and start fighting this guy and you can't hear anything over him just shouting at you. Oh yeah, I did the Battle of the Zara Lore or whatever again, and I got these, which kind of fit the theme I have going on, but I need to like figure out if I can make that work with the rest of the Maldraxxus stuff, or whether the Maldraxxus stuff would replace those anyway. I did put together like a kind of little Hunter Death Knight thing the other day as well. But I'm not sure how good it really looks. It's just kind of bits that I threw together that kind of match the colour palette of each other, so it's not really a great, you know, transmog. See if I can actually bring it up. I didn't end up using those pieces at all. Yeah, there it is. It's just like bits and pieces from like Lich King, pretty much. And then the cloak from the Shadowlands pre-order. Which honestly, as much as it is just a blue cape, it is probably one of my favourite capes. I just like the sort of tattered look to it. Like, a lot of the capes are just a full cape, or they're the weird, dumb, like, two tiny little strips that come out from your neck. That just look, in my opinion anyway, awful. Or these, like, tiny little, like, what even is this? This is not a cape. That's like a dumb neck scarf that doesn't even come around the front of you. But then you've got, like, beautiful ones like this. That's pretty nice. And then you've got this one. It's also cool, and has that sort of same tattered look to it. But yeah, there's these dumb ones. Not often.
Fire up the engines. We got a meeting with destiny. Hold on to your hats.
But yeah, that armor set, just kind of a temp thing. I've not actually put it on, and I probably won't. Kind of like the mental headcanon of... So one of my bars has just disappeared over here. That's fun. I forgot what I was actually saying. But yeah, the slow transformation of like from Alliance hero to Necromancer of Maldraxxus. Okay, sure. I don't know what determines that succeeding and what just causes it to break, because I feel like I do the same thing every time, and sometimes it works, other times we just get reset back to the starting platform. I got nothing. Like, literally no idea. Oh, I have to wait for him to slow walk over here and then teleport, don't I? Ugh. In other news, played through Halo 3 ODST on Legendary yesterday. Beat the whole campaign in like an hour and a half. So that was cool on the hardest difficulty. Well, not technically the hardest difficulty, but Legendary. In an hour and a half, like that's got to be the shortest of all the Halo games, right? I'm pretty sure we beat Halo 3 in like 2.5 hours? So, like an hour longer. But still, it's an hour and a half. If any other game series came out and the game was an hour and a half long, everyone would despise it and it would have horrible negative reviews everywhere. But it's Halo, so... Also, ODST has a really good story and a really nice atmosphere and is really cool and interesting, so... I would actually like to see a second ODST game. Like an actual focused narrative that's, you know, like the same length as a normal Halo game rather than half the length of it. Because I've been looking through all of the Halo audiobooks. I looked through them a bit back when I was going on like my daily walks and stuff all the time. I haven't actually done that in a bit, I need to start doing it again. But I was listening to audiobooks all the time, so obviously looked up audiobooks from all the things I like and things I'm interested in the lore and the stories of. There's quite a few books that centre around ODSTs, right? I think there's 2 that centre around Book, one of the main characters from ODST, the game. Which I think the second one is his, like, transition from ODST to Spartan. which is kind of cool. But they've got like loads of source material they can just pull from and make one of those a game. I'm pretty sure there's a trilogy that centers around like I don't think it's just ODSTs. I think it's like Oni, Black Site stuff anyway. But it's them like trying to basically create like a Covenant terrorist organization to destroy the Covenant from within itself or whatever. Which would be a really interesting plot for a game, but also would depend how they do it. And I feel like for a Halo game it might be a bit complex, considering most of them are run and gun, like just shoot everything that's not you, pretty much. Like there's a lot of depth around those games, but the actual games themselves don't really have a lot of... not a lot of heavy substance, especially not in like the first few. Like a lot of the heavy lore stuff is all in books and animated series and stuff that's around. It would still be cool to see another ODST game and them do something a little different with it, because even ODST by itself is different from like the main series games, right? Like I say, the main ones we play as Chief, it's all run and gun. Like you just sprint through people, you gun everything down, you move on to the next pack of guys and just keep going. Whereas in ODST, it's like almost like a murder mystery to begin with. Like you're going around trying to figure out what's happened to all of your crew and find everybody, meet back up again. And you play through all of their like perspectives as short little missions and stuff. Like it, apart from the very last mission, it does feel, I don't want to say more tactical, because I don't think it really is, but it feels slower and it has more depth to it than I feel like the regular games do. And it also tells the story in a different way, which I really like. So I just realised they just finished their dialogue and have killed like 2 more bosses while they were still talking about Cao Fang's son on the balcony. Nice. I think that might be the fastest we've done that section. But yeah, because we beat the whole thing in an hour and a half, I got the beat it on Legendary in under 3 hours achievement on the first try. I think we beat par-time on everything other than 2 missions. Actually, no, I think we did miss par-time on almost every mission by like a minute and a half or whatever, but because all of the missions are like 10 minutes long, and there's, what, like 7 missions? Something like that. It still does not take long at all. One of the missions is literally, the par-time for it is, I think, 4 minutes? Like, it's that short. Which is insane. I would love to just have more of that game. More of ODST. Oh, actually I do need to switch over to different pets, don't I, to get the slow fall to not take damage from jumping off the vampire balcony. Where did ready to work come from? What was that? Was that a weird dialogue bug that we just had? That was odd. Yeah, ODST, good game. Just very, very short. Weirdly, I think our times for Halo 1 and 2 are longer, simply because Halo 1 on the Master Chief Collection has a horrible desync issue, where if one person moves too far ahead and like gets a checkpoint, the other person will then desync from them. And if you're the main person, you're the host, when you finish the mission, it will just instantly crash your co-op partner and they get no progress and have to replay the entire mission. So that's fun. But the horrible desync issue means that you can't actually co-op missions together. And that's two-player co-op. Like, Halo 3 had some desync issues. I don't know if they fixed them. They fixed them for ODST. ODST doesn't have that issue, from what I've seen of other people playing it. Halo 3 had a desync issue where it just, like, the cutscenes would desync, so, like, the audio and video wouldn't be lined up, basically, in 4-player. So that happened to somebody. But Halo 1's desync issue means that you literally basically can't play together unless you move together through every single checkpoint and make sure that at no point do you move ahead of the other person. You need to be in a perfect line of moving through checkpoints. It's awful. Because if you desync, you then, like, one person, say I'm the host and the other person I'm co-oping with desyncs, they will just be sprinting into a wall on my screen and firing their gun into, like, a door. And on their screen, they're running around outside killing all the Covenant. And then I go to the final checkpoint, finish the mission, and then suddenly, you know, they crash out of the game and get no progress on their, like, time completion. But because of that desync issue, we had to restart, like, several times, so I don't think we did the 3 hours on that. Just because we'd have, like, a really good run and get really good time, but then because we were moving too quickly, it would cause a desync, and then we'd have to replay the entire mission again. And purposely go slowly in order to not desync the game. And then Halo 2 Legendary. Many of you are aware of how bad that is. It's pretty damn bad. It's got, like, Dark Souls level enemy placements on one-shot snipers that will be put, like, round the corner that you can't see, and then as soon as you poke your head round the corner, they one-tap you. And iron is permanently on in Halo 2 Legendary, you can't turn it off. So if any of you die in co-op, restart checkpoint. And Halo 2 also has that thing of, if too many of you die, like if you die 5 times in a row, it resets back to the previous checkpoint. And obviously because there's one-shot snipers and stuff around corners that you can't see coming, if you don't land a shot on it, as soon as you pop around that corner and it one-taps you, you're going back again. And if it happens too many times, you're then going back even further and having to replay through entire sections of the game. Halo 2 Legendary. Bloody brutal. I do kind of want to do that in under 3 hours, and we were making progress. We have, like, slowly learned, like, speedrunning tactics and figuring out ways to break the AI in subtle ways, like making them spawn in specific places so we always can, like, kill them and stuff. It requires a lot more strategy than, well, any of the others, basically. Yeah, we've been trying to do the under 3 hours on everything. All the Halo games, just 1 and 2 are an issue, because 2's super difficult, 1's broken, and Reach 3 and ODST are super easy, so they're all done. So it's just the 2 that are a pain left. They still get to live even if she dies. Oh, I know, that one faded out after I murdered all the others. Nice. Making me waste focus, aren't you, game? Oh. Oh, I guess YouTube decided we're not listening to that anymore. Give me a sec. While she's busy telling them she's gonna res one of their friends, I'll tell YouTube I'm still listening to my music, thank you. I'm gonna be salty about that until it either gets removed or we start using another service for the music on these streams. I really don't understand what benefit YouTube gets from that. There's probably a reason that they've done it, but I just don't get it.
They died so easily.
I'll draw her attacks. Return our brothers to their graves.
I mean, it kind of, thinking about it, it kind of makes sense for something like Netflix or a streaming service to have it, because you could have left a series playing and then you go away to go and do something and it goes, oh, are you still watching? Maybe I should pause this for you. So then if, you know, you've gone away, you forgot to pause it or whatever, then it still kind of tries to preserve where you were, which is kind of helpful. But it doesn't make any sense for YouTube to do that, because 90% of YouTube videos are like 10 to 15 minutes, right? So chances are, if you've got to pause it, you're just going to rewind like a little bit and you've probably not really missed anything, right? Like you've maybe missed like 5 minutes of content. I suppose the exception being like stuff that I do, like stream archive stuff, where it's like an hour to 2 hour. It kind of has that same justification as Netflix, right? But 90% of the content on the site is not that. It's still people, you know, making YouTube videos and trying to hit that like 10-minute marker so they can get extra ad revenue. So I don't know, it's just an odd decision. I don't like it. I'm sure plenty of other people also don't like it, but it's what we've got. Oh, that lift is gonna leave before I get there, yep. Knew that was gonna... Also on the YouTube front, we've actually been gaining like a lot of subs and followers and stuff lately. It's been nice. Kind of feels like all the time and effort I'm putting in has been rewarded. That was good. So if you're new people, thank you. Thanks for following, thanks for subbing, thanks for just being here watching it, whether it's on YouTube or Twitch. It's nice to know that I'm at least either somewhat informative or entertaining. I know a friend was using my streams as like background stuff for his Nuzlocke runs. Which was cool. Yeah, that's kind of mostly what I also use streams for, is just background stuff. Though I did used to like super follow the Oxcast used to do a stream series. They haven't done it in a while. There's Lewis and Lydia doing like murder mystery games and stuff. That was fun. Played a lot of like F&B murder mystery stuff, which I have a collection of on Steam now, so could also do that at some point. I was thinking about doing it with Mogs at one point, but we haven't done that yet. But yeah, that was like the only stream series that I've super like, I was gonna say religiously watched, but that seems like the wrong wording to use. Yeah, it was a stream series I actually like followed all the way through and watched for the most part. Although I feel like doing art stuff, like drawing or miniature painting and stuff, is super good for that. Like, streams are super good for that, rather, because you sit there, like, kind of hunched over for a little bit, drawing something or painting something, and then you can just, like, sit back, kind of, you know, relax a little bit, and, like, oh, you can carry on watching the thing you've been listening to for, like, the past hour, basically. I feel like that's much easier to do with Twitch streams than, like, TV shows and stuff. I've done it with TV shows. But you have more of a chance of, like, missing out on things with TV shows as opposed to streams. A lot of time with streams and stuff, at least in my opinion. Streamers and stuff I follow, it's not necessarily the stuff they're playing that matters, it's their personalities combined with that. Like, the personality is the primary thing and what they're playing is the secondary. So it's nice to, like, follow their progress through whatever they're doing, but... So I've just realised, did I get rid of my bag thing? Oh, I've got 30 slots spare. Guild leaders just out there getting a whole bunch of achievements. I'm just watching them pop up. I feel bad for not saying grats, but... Streaming, currently. Yeah, it feels like people are steadily coming back to the guild, which is nice. Hopefully, we'll have enough people back for Shadowlands to actually get into some raids and stuff, because that'd be fun. Oh yeah, I haven't gone on about the LFR experiences I've had getting through all of the raids I missed out on. So I mentioned doing Ajara, right, Eternal Palace. That was fine. That ended in like 15 minutes, we just smashed through it. I didn't even learn what the mechanics were on Ajara, she was just fucking dead. It was fine. Like, you know, ended super fast, I got a pet, I got this nice little dragon boy that follows me now. It was beautiful. Then I did Nyalotha. Now Nyalotha, I was expecting to like, oh, this is gonna take like maybe half an hour, right? You know, it's the raid after Eternal Palace. It's only gonna be a bit more hard, right? You know, a bit more difficult. Took us 2 attempts to kill the first boss, which, I mean, it was my first time doing it. I do admit that I used the cape at the wrong time, but I was following the instructions of the guild leader. Not guild leader, raid leader, who said to use the cape as soon as you hit just under 40 sanity, right? So I used the cape. The raid leader then proceeded to continuously type in chat, Boris, use the fucking cape. Use the fucking cape. I was like, it's on cooldown. I can't do anything. So I died on the second run to Insanity, which I will admit, probably my own fault for not having a super geared up cape and doing the fucking last raid of BFA. Fine, I accept that, I take that, that was probably my fault. The next 2.5 hours fighting N'Zoth? Not my fault. That was... I learned the mechanics as soon as we were told what they were. I actually really like the N'Zoth fight. The mechanics are really cool and really interesting, and I kind of want to do that properly on an actual difficulty with an actual raid at some point if I can find one. Because it's actually quite fun. The issue with that is, it requires like 25 people to all pay attention to what people are saying in text chat and figure things out. Which, if you know anything about people on the internet, very rarely happens. Do people actually pay attention? So it went on for a while. I think we wiped like 7 or 8 times. It was a very uphill battle because from what I remember, the mechanics. You start the fight and N'Zoth hits you with like a wave that separates you from your body. You go into like the void realm or whatever. You fight a big squid boy. You kill him. Stay out of his puddles because his puddles lower your corruption. Go back to your body. You punch N'Zoth in the eye a bit. He wakes up again, and then he casts a spell. I think it's called Mind Warp or Rip, something like that. Where basically he creates like a ring around himself and a ring around the edge of the arena. And then he will either pull you to himself or the edge, and the only way you can determine which way you're going to be pulled is there's like a line of void energy being pulled off you in the direction that you're going to go in. You have to pay attention to the particle effects to figure out which direction you go in. You have to go to the opposite end of the ring. Like the opposite side. So if it's going to put you to the edge, you go to N'Zoth. If it's going to put you to N'Zoth, you go to the edge. And then there's these mushrooms on the floor. You have to pop those and keep them on like low health to stop them putting down an insanity aura around them. Which is super good as a hunter because you just sick your pets on the mushroom and they hold it for you because they don't get affected by the pull. They can just sit on top of it and stop you losing insanity when you're getting pulled in either direction. So, I died to that on the first thing. So did 90% of the raid, apart from like 5 people who knew the mechanics but wouldn't share the information with any of us, which was great. I don't get why. One of them was just a real arsehole. Until the other guys were like, basically, this is how you do it, because the other guy just wouldn't say anything for some reason. He just kept saying that all the DPSs should have sat in a... while they were sat in the queue, should have been watching YouTube videos on how the mechanics worked. Which I found to be really arrogant, to be perfectly honest. No mount. That sucks. But yeah, did that, got past that stage after like the second... after the second wipe, I think? Because a lot of us picked up the mechanic, figured out how it worked. Obviously, some of us were reading the chat. Some of the raid, not reading the chat, so they died to the same thing again by not paying attention to the particle effects and getting pulled into the fucking wall and instantly dying to like massive insanity loss. And then we move to the next stage, which is, once you've done that, you then have to fight some of N'Zoth's tentacles that start coming up out of the ground. There's Basher tentacles and Corruptors. The Corruptors like the eyeball ones from Emerald Nightmare, I think it was, from Legion. The ones that are like, they shot lasers at you in Legion. I'm pretty sure they just shoot like void stuff at you in the N'Zoth fight. But during that stage, you have to knock down 2 Basher tentacles, and that spawns a portal for half the raid to go through and go and fight N'Zoth in his own realm. And then the other half of the raid like stays behind and deals with the tentacles. The issue with that is tanks have to constantly keep aggro on the Basher tentacles, otherwise they AoE and wipe the raid that have stayed behind. And the DPSs need to constantly like, I can't remember the term is, it's counter shot for, yeah, prevent spellcasting, interrupt, there we go. So the DPS have to constantly interrupt the Corruption tentacles, while the tanks keep aggro on the Basher tentacles. Which, as a DPS, I felt like I was doing my job pretty well. I was killing those Corruptors, I was stopping them spellcasting, I was doing my job. The tanks that stayed behind with us, one of them was a Worgen, but somehow incredibly slow. And didn't tank half the tentacles, so we wiped another like 4 times doing the same thing. Which was insane. And then, because of that, understandably, members of the raid started leaving. So then we had to sit and wait in the raid finder to get more people in. So that we could then wipe like another couple times until finally we just overcame it with the like DPS buff you get, the determination buff. I think we just did so much damage that we just tore through N'Zoth and got straight into the final stage. And just deleted him, basically. But the actual mechanics of that fight seems really cool. I kind of want to see what it's like on the other side, because I was part of the raid team that stayed behind to deal with the tentacles. But groups, I think it was 3, 4, and 5, got sent through the portal to go and do stuff on the other side. I kind of want to see what it's like on that side. But I really don't want to do that in LFR. I'm not doing that again. Nope. Never again. I might do LFR for like Gmod or whatever a couple more times before Shadowlands comes out, but I'm not touching Ny'alotha ever again. I did go back into Ny'alotha actually just after that, but I did is it going to show in here which ones I've done? Because we only killed like 2 of the bosses and then I just fucking gave up waiting around for it. Yeah, this one. Gift of Flesh, because every one of the bosses could drop a ring. They didn't drop a ring, so I'm still stuck with 425 over here. But I got a belt from N'Zoth. Or the boss before N'Zoth, one of them. So that's nice. And I also got 200 corrupted mementos that came in the mail because the game didn't give me them or whatever. So now I've got 340 of those just sat in the bank. But yeah. Elefar N'Zoth, not a good time. I literally spent longer fighting N'Zoth than it did to finish the entirety of the ODST on the hardest difficulty. English, apparently. Not great. But yeah, now I feel like I know the mechanics of N'Zoth. I feel like it would be fun to do that on the actual raid difficulty, rather than LFR. But I have a feeling when everyone comes back for Shadowlands, we're probably not going to be doing N'Zoth. We're going to be doing Castle Nathri or whatever when that comes out, right? No one's going to care about killing the giant squid monster. But yeah, I cleared everything off. We're down to just those quests on the right now, which I have a quest to go back into the Eternal Palace, but whatever. I don't think I have to kill Queen Ajara again. Although I don't mind that, considering she died almost instantly. I'm pretty sure we killed Ajara quicker than I've seen some people kill fucking Mechatork in Battle Dazzle. And Ajara is the final boss of the second to last raid. Insane. So where the fuck are we flying to? Why is that marked on my map? Shirt the Cloth Ripper. Who? Why is that a marker? I know why that's a marker, because that's like a thing to know where Ulduar is without having to actually look at it, but... what is that? Pardon me. Was that maybe the shirt vendor? What is my my directions macro set to? Yes, he is. He's one of the shirt vendors from T-shirt Day. That's what that was. Because when I swapped over to LVUI, it had a weird setting on it where basically every time you clicked on a button, it would instantly cast the thing, which basically means to try and rearrange stuff on your hotbar, it would instantly cast everything, so it cast my direction spell when I was trying to move it. Which I think I just got rid of the macro altogether after that, because it was irritating. Although there's definitely room for it down here, or here. I've just got this weird L shape that's just not being used on this side. But yeah, trying to think what else is going on, to be honest. I'm going to try and finish the Necromunda operation that we started tomorrow, probably? Because it's only going to be, like, the last mission or whatever, so it's probably only going to be, like, half an hour, maybe less, depending on how well or badly it goes. That'll only probably be, like, the start of the stream, and then we'll go do something else. Maybe some gold farming or some mount farming. Something. Although we've kind of hit all the mounts and stuff already now. Maybe just some leveling. We'll see. Anyway, I'm just going to go for a quick break. I'll be back. 2 seconds. And we back. Yeah, this isn't actually an Undead Mountain here, but I figured we were in Northrend, so I may as well give it a go. Other than, like, the spawn of Galakraz, I think the blue Protodrake probably the best looking one. It's the one I don't have. Also don't have green or yellow, but yellow one can just disappear as far as I'm concerned. I'm not even gonna try and get the time lost Protodrake. Like, that's not happening. Ever. The name suggests that is, I think, probably the biggest waste of time of anything in WoW. I mean, I've mentioned before, I won't go and farm for the primal direhorns and mop, so I'm not gonna sit here and farm for the even longer thing that's in Northrend.
My liege, I have done as you asked, and now beseech you.
Also, the fact that the Timeless Protodrake's drop rate isn't actually 100% is also the worst thing about it. Like, not only does it have, like, what, 12-hour respawn time or something like that? And then it might also, another thing might spawn and it might have to wait another 12 hours to spawn. Which is, in itself, mental. But then also the fact that it's, what, like a 98% drop rate? So there's a 2% chance that even after you sat there and waited for, like, 12 hours, potentially 24 hours, it then doesn't drop anyway? Like, that's insane. I mean, like I say, I won't even put myself through, like, an hour-long wait to get a, like, Triceratops, so I'm not gonna sit in Northrend for, like, days on end trying to get a Drake that might just not drop anyway. That's insane. I might, at some point, go through and do the daily quest chain to get the green Protodrake, I think it is, from... It's like the zone that Nessingway's in or whatever, right? That one looks pretty cool, but the blue, I think, is the best looking one. I like the red one I've got, to be fair, but blue one just looks nice. But yeah, the spawn of Galakraz, the striped armored one. Easily the best looking out of all. But also, I'm pretty sure that's Siege of Orgrimmar, like the meta achievement for it. Which is also never going to happen, because I really hate that dungeon. Raid, rather. Right, where are we at? We have killed ICC, we've done Midnight, we've done this random Drake that we don't need over here, which hasn't dropped. There is Iron Expeditions, which can drop the Risen Mare. There's the Fossil Raptor, which also... Also, I'm on 77 durability? Really? Damn, how much damage have I been taking? My rifle, mostly. Jesus. Yeah, I've been trying to do the Fossilized Raptor. I think what we do is just Dalaran Hearth and log on over to the Demon Hunter for like an hour.
Congratulations.
Actually, we'll see what the queue time is for Corbin or whatever again, right? And I'll fly over to Strathholm while we queue and see if we can get into that. Although, I think I remember from the other stream we did that a lot less Horde players do the holiday event than Alliance, so it takes longer. Which is unfortunate. Yeah, the other Undead Man I can think of is the one from Time Walking, Wrath of the Lich King, which I don't think comes around until like midway through Shadowlands, so got a bit to wait for that one. I guess I can farm like time walking badges in, what is it, like Burning Crusade that comes out really soon? There's one of them that's really soon. I'll have a look in a minute. I'm sure there's one of them like in a week. But yeah, I could farm up some time walking badges ready for it. But yeah, the Lich King time walking thing is like a ghost horse again. There are so many undead horses. I don't get it. There's like 2 undead raptors in the whole game, and then like what, 12 undead horses? Maybe more actually. Because you've got all the undead ones technically, and then you've got Risen Mare, and then you've got Invincible and the time walking horse. You've got Midnight, both versions, and then you've also got, I think maybe 1 or 2 of the Warlock ones are also technically undead. Although I guess maybe they're like demons instead, maybe. Maybe. There we go. It's Corin, not Corbin. Also, why is the calendar disappeared again? Also, so is my bags. Where? Come on, LVUI, really? What's the point in having a shared thing across all your characters if it doesn't actually share all the things across all your characters? No, don't hide the calendar. Why would I ever want to hide the calendar? Like one of the most useful tools on the minimap. Hide the calendar, yeah, sure. That tool that's pretty much crucial to figuring out when events are happening. And to know when to go to certain cities and things. Like, yeah, sure, just get rid of that for me, thanks. Super helpful. Yeah, there we go. Didn't get to fly over to it. I was just trying to bring this up. Yes, it's WOD, but that's fine. Fine, it's WOD time walking. I can't tell where he is. Oh, there he is. I wonder if there's anything I can do with this UI to like more clearly highlight the enemy I'm actually fighting, like above everything else. Oh, there it is. Oh. Oh. We got one! God damn. Also, yeah, I need to like clear some of this stuff off, I guess, maybe? Although, these are locked to Horde. So, that's fine. Also, her swords just stick through the bottom of the trike. Interesting. Oh, Jesus, I almost just launched my phone off my desk again. Here we got the Brewfest Ram, which looks really cool. I like the almost effect of, like, beer barrel type armor plating on the front of it. That's nice. Yeah, and there's also the Brewfest Kodo, which would be nice. What was the achievement we got for that? Oh, obtain an epic Brewfest mount. Nice. An extra feat of strength. Cool, let's go see if we can get an undead horse now as well. Oh yeah, to add to the undead horse list, there's also Baron Rivendare's undead steed, or whatever it's called, which is the one we're going to go try and get now. Also, I should definitely clear out this character's inventory. Is it this entrance? I can't remember. Been too long. I'm just gonna vendor some stuff. That was the wrong vendor because it's opposite sides. When did I not? Where's this from? ICC. Okay, I haven't cleared out my inventory since the last time I farmed ICC, apparently. These medals I've got there for it as well. Oh, I'm good, thanks. Yes. Yeah, but the reason I don't have this man is because I also don't like farming this dungeon, because it's super old, so it doesn't actually have a way back to the start. You know, most like Cataclysm dungeons have a portal back, or like with the raid, you can just kill yourself basically at the end and just teleport back to the start again. Yeah, that's not a thing here. So you just have to walk back the entire city every time you go through. Super fun. On the upside, because it's super old, all the guys are super weak, so you just run through and murder everybody. You don't really have to worry about anything. Pretty sure going that way summons a whole bunch of bugs, so let's try going this way. I wonder what causes some of them to just randomly aggro on you, because like I ran past all of those guys and not a single one aggroed, but the fucking zombie or whatever it was in that first thing just instantly aggroed on me. I guess some of them just have a different aggro range? Yeah. Oh, hi guys. It's just piled up at the door, thanks. I'm trying to remember this place off the top of my head without using the map too much. It's this way. One shot the boss with just the flames, even attack him. That was beautiful. Oh no, it's the other Strathhome I healed, I think. Actually, it might have been the Strathhome that I healed through on my druid, because I remember that side of the building I just like... it's hard to describe now. Literally, as I started saying that, I was looking at a wall that reminded me I literally healed through this dungeon before.
I need to get closer.
Yeah, with the monk, I think I might try and get to 60 before pre-patch, which is potentially Wednesday, maybe next week, who knows. Hopefully Wednesday. That'd be really nice. There's no... But no guarantee on that. Isn't there the, like, Death Knights or whatever I have to fight now as well? Blackguard. Yep, I definitely wanted to loot and not kill that guy. Oops. I got something. I think I got a plan. What was that? Yeah, it was a recipe for something. Also, I have the master key to the city of Strathhome, which I think I got from whatever the fuck his name was. Weird hunched over boy. Oh yeah, also they pull aggro on everything, don't they? So I don't have to worry about it anymore. Might have been at the Strathhome actually, because I think they reuse a lot of these city pieces. Because I remember this bit here that I'm going up now. I remember healing along that wall and just trying to stick to the wall as much as possible so I didn't aggro anything. That's a very green banshee. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of this bit. Like, running all the way back to the start again, but since I'm going for the Undead theme, it kind of gives me an excuse to actually push through this. Why am I doing that? Literally have a reset button, bud. I have to mess around with menus and clicking several times. Just have one button that does it. There we go. How you do that? I wonder if that's actually possible to do. I guess it's maybe possible to do with a range class, as long as you've got an instant cast. Mage probably would be the easiest one to do it with because they have a blink, don't they? Which is basically the same thing as a Demon Hunter dash. Just doesn't really have an animation. Mad how much stuff just aggroes on you by going in there. Yep, let's avoid bug gate over there and go this way. I'm pretty sure that's the gate that like just locks on you and then a bunch of like cannibal bugs come out or whatever. It's like the gate in ICC where you fight the plague doctor guy. What? Quest text just coming out of the ground over there. That was a nice one. Yeah, this is way faster to farm on a Demon Hunter than trying to do this as a hunter. Where do you guys come from again? Was that from the one ghoul I aggroed like a mile back? Is that everybody? Yeah, cool. And I killed that guy before he left the first room, so we just go straight to them. Nice. Yeah, no, it's definitely the other version of Strathome because there's like barricades and stuff on this side when you get to this part. I feel like Blizzard's done that a lot, like having dungeons either be like split into sections or literally be the same dungeon but like with a slightly different layout and stuff. Like this is, a lot of this is just copy and pasted from the other Strathome, but it's like another section of the city. And it was the same thing with, I'm sure we talked about it before. Oh yeah, Nixia literally has like part of Ragefire Chasm is part of her like raid entrance. Like it's just the same corridor with the same like effects and textures and everything, just copy and pasted. It's a cool bit of like terrain and stuff, don't get me wrong. It's a good reusing of assets, it's just... There seems to be a lot of that, especially in like the classic stuff. No. Okay, YouTube decided we're not listening to that anymore. No, apparently I didn't have that cape. But I did have that cape. It was a half unlock or whatever. Turns. Yeah. It's one of the only two like actual undead mounts you can get as every other faction. The Undead Charger. Oh, I have no idea which buttons I just fat fingered. I think C. Might as well just activate that and pull everything as I go. Did that bounce and hit? There's a bunch of zombies around the corner. The the luck on this Demon Hunter. Like, every time I'm trying to farm for a mount or whatever. Never drops on anything. And then I play it once on the Demon Hunter and it just drops immediately. Oh, but this Demon Hunter's mailbox is going to be full of just keys to the city of Stratholme when I've finished, because you can only pick one of them up, and then because it's technically boss loot, the mail master thing, whatever, always sends them to you. That's fun. Just gonna have an inventory filled with keys to Stratholme.
It's too far away.
Is it? It was right in front of you. How was that too far away? Yeah, you're not going anywhere. Oh, let's get this gate open. Yeah, I think I might make a second monk at some point as well. Just they don't feel super fast. They definitely feel faster than some other classes, like their rolls that they get. It's super helpful. But again, it's kind of just the same effect as like blinking, basically. It's not a super big deal. But I do believe monks also get other abilities that increase their speed and stuff later. Or one of the specs does. I think one of the specs has like a... like it sort of fires you forward, almost like a missile. Also, did I forget to do one of the other bosses? I think I did. Oh, that was a mistake. You guys really silenced me. Okay, there we go. Problem solved. Yes I did, which means I have to go through Bug Gate over here, which is going to slow us down. That sucks. I think if I had double dash, I'd probably be able to dash through there and just ignore this whole area, but... Or just use the Demon Hunter Flame thing and instantly kill them all. That's also an option. Yeah, it's like a whole extra section of Stratholme over there you can't go to. Cool.
I need to get closer.
Does mean Bug Gate should be clear for the way back though. Oh, I fell in the ooze trying to dash across. Okay, I need to make sure I've always got the flames up, rather than trying to use the other abilities. Like packs of mobs and whatever, the blade dance is really good, but the flames are just the best for clearing out those rooms. Just melts everything inside. Might be fun at some point to do a stream of just seeing what we can break as a Demon Hunter. Because I'm sure there are still plenty of areas in the game where you can just like hop out of the map and stuff playing as a Demon Hunter. So it'd be cool to just push that to the limit of it, basically. Just aggro all these guys and then blade dance them down.
I can't carry anymore.
No, are you full to inventory space? You are. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, I'm just gonna delete that, and then I know I can pick up the mount if he drops it.
I'm out of range. Inventory is full.
Oh, just several capes. Nice. Apparently he has a quest, and so does he. I was gonna say, it seemed like there were less of the Argent Crusade in here, but here's one. Playing that guy.
I need to get closer.
I think it was the old Outland that's still in like dead mines or whatever. That'd be something nice to go out and actually see. I don't know if you can do that anymore, because that was like a really well-known one, so I imagine that would be something Blizzard would fix. Because of its popularity, whereas like random little dungeons where you can potentially break a way out of, probably less so. Just gonna come out here and sell some stuff so I can actually pick things up. Ugh. So much crap. Right, back in we go. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what I do want to actually stream next week, because... Oh, did I not? I did not reset. Yeah, not 100% sure what I want to stream, because if pre-patch comes out on Wednesday... I kind of feel like I need to play the pre-patch. Or at least try to. I feel like Wednesday pre-patch is going to be a nightmare.
I'm out of range.
Because stuff is going to be super broken. There's going to be, I imagine, a lot more people all logged in at the same time, which is probably going to cause a whole bunch of lag and issues and disconnects. And then you've also got the Scourge invasion on top of all of that. It's going to be complete chaos, which I kind of want to see, but not sure how fun that'll be on stream. It might just be a lot of the technical difficulty screen, but I feel like it'll be fun. I definitely want to try and get involved in the pre-patch as much as possible. Especially because I wasn't playing around the times of the previous like Scourge invasions, and didn't they do a Legion one as well? I missed that as well. Like, just kind of want to get involved and see this stuff, you know? Like firsthand, kind of like when I went and played Classic at launch and stuff. Which was a weird experience, but it was really cool. I liked the WoW Classic launch. It's one of those like really cool, sort of almost once in a lifetime moments in a video game, I guess. Like, that's probably never gonna happen again. If it does, it'll be for like Burning Crusade Classic, which is, we don't know if that's even coming along. Fucking hit him, Jesus. Okay, that bat is invincible, apparently. So yeah, being involved in those, like, one-off event things. I want to try and get into as many of them as I can. But yeah, pre-patch comes out Wednesday is definitely going to be a stream. Which obviously, normally it wouldn't be, so... that might be fun. And then we've got... like, 2 days before then, potentially. I want to finish Necromunda, the operation anyway. which is one thing. Other than that, I don't really know. I guess we can't really farm more of these because we're going to have hit... Well, I can farm this because it's technically doesn't have a cap on it, but because of the instance cap it does now. Oh, I didn't actually have that tunic apparently. Nice. It looks ugly as hell, but something, at least. Yeah, I don't really know what else we got going on. To be fair, what's actually going on event-wise during that time period? Tuesday, nothing. Oh no, Harvest Festival. I guess we could try that out. Something I haven't done as well. So is that kind of covered? We've got Brewfest mounts to farm for still, right? We've got like the Kodo one. We can farm for this again. I guess maybe we just do English. I guess maybe we just do mount farming. On Monday. We could do Necromunda for like half an hour, then switch over to like some gold farming stuff in Pandaria. And then go straight from there to mount farming. Although to be fair, if I do the gold farming on my main like I normally do on stream, then I don't really have to worry about traveling to go do mount farming or whatever, because I can just raid find on my way to the Brewfest one. I'm gonna actually have to look up the Harvest Festival, see what you can actually do and get from it. Like I say, I haven't done it. I know the Pilgrims one is the one that has a whole bunch of achievements linked to it, because I had a look earlier. And that is November? Which I assume is thingy, the American holiday, but I can't remember the name off the top of my head. Thanksgiving? Is that the one? Which I think some people over here in like England have started celebrating, which is weird considering it's very much not an English holiday. I suppose in a way it's become a holiday that everyone can get involved in though, because it's all about giving thanks, that's the name, right? Whereas like the original point of it, I feel like it was to, you know, honour the whole... the people that have survived the winter of horrible colonisation. You'd think England would have more weird, different holidays, to be fair, considering like the amount of history and stuff the country has, but nope, we just occasionally celebrate a guy failing to blow up the House of Parliament. That's our national holiday. Cool. Set up some fireworks, that's good. It's cool for like the first time you see it. After that, fireworks stays kind of boring. It's just fireworks. Although the display that I saw in Germany, which was for something completely unrelated, but that was a cool fireworks display. That was really pretty. It was like over a river and stuff, so it was really nice. But yeah, like regular fireworks day over here in this country. I feel like it's kind of boring, to be honest. Although I think there are some like weird sweets and stuff associated with it. Is car of toffee apples is bonfire or
I'm out of range.
like Halloween, to be honest. They both take place in like the same sort of space in my head. Do you love toffee apples? That's a good part of that, like, time of the year. I haven't had one in ages. I think the last time it was that sort of time of year, everyone just started selling like chocolate apples instead, which are nice, sure, but it's not a toffee apple. You know? Bob.
I need to get closer.
Oh, I accidentally pressed the stop going forward button. Yep, that's good. I don't even know how many runs we've done of this. But I feel like we might be reaching instance caps soon, especially considering we also did like 2 runs of a dungeon, a raid, and another dungeon. But like eventually it's gonna kick me out. Oh, I thought it was gonna kick me out right then because of how weirdly it loaded, but no.
It's too far
Gonna
away.
be good. Just throw a glaive at you. And get everybody in here. Don't have anybody shooting me through walls and stuff. I'm assuming we have a whole bunch of mail from the postmaster. Yes. Because I have not been looting anything. Well, I have, just occasionally, but mostly keeping the inventory open. Trying to. Also, I went the wrong way again. That was dumb. Just the level design of this place makes me want to go that way, but I know I need to go left. So I can skip the weird bug tunnel. I suppose also we could do some leveling, because I do want to do some more of that on the monk. Although I might just be able to smash that out off stream. I don't really intend for it to be one of my main characters, so I'm not like super bothered about what level it gets changed to in Shadowlands. I just don't want it to be like, because it's an allied race, to then be level squished down to be lower than the other allied races if I just made a new one, because then what's the point? I did want to like learn how to play monk and stuff before Shadowlands comes out, in case I want to farm with it, basically. It's my main thought. Just because they're supposed to be fast. Oh, the wings just didn't pop out that time. That's disappointing. I did start trying to do the lucid nightmare stuff, I think it was. And then there was the part where you have to like go and make a mask that costs like 200 gold or some shit. It's like, okay. This seems like a giant pain in the ass. Actually, I think it's way more than 200 gold. Because the resources required are like kind of expensive by themselves. Everything else in that seems pretty simple. It's just like creating patterns and stuff, pretty much, in different locations and traveling around the world, which I already have the like Riddler's mind worm or whatever, which is literally just that. It's exactly the same but without the puzzles. You just go to locations and click notes. Like the super easy version. Just pull aggro of a ghoul? Huh? The ghoul's fighting an Argent Crusade member, apparently. Yeah, that's something. If anybody has watched this far into the video and understands how to use LVUI a little better than me, any way of getting rid of the right text box? Because apparently on this character it just wants to exist even though I've gotten rid of the right text box. Because it's now behind my all the things menu. So it's kind of hidden, and I've only just noticed it when I was looking at it. But it's real irritating. I really don't know why I need two separate chat boxes. But I couldn't just see any option in the chat window to just disable the right one, because I don't want it. I have no need for it. Honestly, I'm fine with just having one chat box. I did create a second one on my, like, mage, but even then I put it above the other chat box that was on the left-hand side. I keep going to, like, put my mouse somewhere to show stuff, and then I remember I disabled the mouse, because it's, like, weirdly not lined up on the stream video for some reason. Because of the, like, scaling, I think. Where I see the mouse on my end is not where it, like, comes through on the stream, so I just disabled it. But yeah, even then, I'd literally just had a chat box on top of a chat box, and it was just in that corner. And it was just for, like, direct messages off of, like, Battle.net messages, so that way I could see them immediately rather than having to, like, scroll back through a list of chat log stuff. That's the only time I've ever had more than one chat box, because I don't see the need or use for them. I feel like I can get all the information from just one chat box, pretty much. Oh, it's there. I was, for some reason, going to the left. Come on. It's gotta be this run, right? I don't even know what the drop rate is on this mount. I'm actually curious what the rarest mounts are. I'm pretty sure the Onyx Cloud Serpent from Pandaria is one of them, right? Because it has like a stupidly low drop rate. And the Valentine's Day Rocket is also one of the super rare ones. Because it has a low drop rate and is available like once a year. And YouTube stole the music again, but yeah, I'm curious what the others are. Like, I know those ones just from reputation, pretty much. I do want to see if I can tick any of those off that list, too. That'd be nice. I actually did end up in a casual mount off the other day. Sat waiting for Rock Feaster to spawn. One guy'd pull out a mount and everybody copy them. But it wasn't like, you know, elimination or whatever, it was just who had what kind of thing. Nothing again, god damn it. But yeah, everyone pulls out Ashes of Allah, got that one, felt pretty good. One guy was just in the sauna, in the corner hanging his head or whatever, he's doing like the RP chat thing. Just didn't have ashes. Felt pretty good, and the next mount that gets pulled out, Firehawk, it's like, well, I'm out. Immediately, because it's just like, never fucking dropped. Pretty sure I've ran that raid more than any other, and I've still not got a single mount from Firelands. The reason I say I've ran it more than any other is because you can run it twice on every character, and it still hasn't dropped one of them. It was so bad. But then another guy pulled out the Astral Cloud Serpent. Felt pretty good about that one. It was just me and him that had it. Nobody else could pull it out. That felt pretty damn good. And then, kind of an unfortunate turn of events, a guy pulled out Mail Muncher, a mount I literally have had one attempt at getting, so didn't have that one either. I do kind of want to get it. It's kind of a cool looking mount. Those, the like Nazoth worms or whatever. Oh, that's instance lockout. Oh, okay. Well, that was fun. We got nothing. But we did get a Brewfest RAM that wasn't the intention of the stream at all. I'm trying to think what else I could do, because we have got time left. We've got like 10 minutes left on the normal stream timer. I am not going to be able to run ICC in that time. But what I can do is fly down and see if we can get anything from Karazhan. That was weird we were saying Karazhan, but there we go. I'm just going to flight path down because I need a drink as well. Where's the closest point we can drop into? Swamposaurus. Okay. Right, yeah. We are definitely going to run over flying the entirety of Eastern Kingdoms, but I feel like it's probably faster than going from, what, Paul to Najutar, then from Najutar to Orgrimmar, from Orgrimmar to Ratchet, from Ratchet to... No, from Ratchet to Stranglethorn, then Stranglethorn up to Karazhan. Or we can just take a flight path and have a nice chill ride. But yeah, the route exists. I'm just not taking it. Yeah, Undead mounts. See if I can find any on the list. There's the Risen Mare that I mentioned, is the Island Expedition one. There's just a big, like, unarmored undead horse, which has a nice amount of green, but also kind of a bluish gem on the front, which would be a nice tie-in to, like, Necrolord and the, like, ghost pets. Could be nice. Let's see if Time Walking actually brings up the thing. There he is. The, like, blue ghost horse from Wrath. Obviously, very blue, so fits the colour palette theme. And undead. Extra points. You can actually see the skeleton inside, I didn't notice that before. You can see its, like, skeletal mouth there. It's also just a really cool looking mount, to be honest. Yeah, fits the theme. I feel like I can maybe get away with this too. Because it has like these skeletal wings, right? Obviously it's very much not undead, but I feel like I can maybe make an argument of like it's a risen dragon or whatever. It has blue glowy eyes like all the undead stuff does. That very much does not fit. But yeah, still haven't got that either, which is really irritating. It's one of the mounts I really want. But Time Walking comes around only every once in a while, and then it just doesn't drop anyway, so... irritating. What else have we got in here? Oh, you're made out of stone. But yeah, these Nazoth worms I actually really like the look of. Just haven't got any of them. I suppose I could also make an argument for things like the bats. Just as, like, little necromancy things. Although I feel like the bat probably fits more like a Venthia more than a Necrolord, right? I was thinking I could maybe make an argument for the hyena, so I guess also maybe the vultures could also technically work, but it seems like a bit of a stretch for the vultures. A little less so for the yeah, I kind of want that mount anyway, but I feel like it's less so less of a difficult argument for like the hyena, the one that drops in Vol'dun. Because it's it literally has like baskets of bones and stuff strapped to it. It's the idea of like a necromancer that would like go around and transport all the bones and stuff that he needs to like, you know, make more undead animals and monsters and stuff. Kind of makes sense. They're all horde ones. I also still really want that, but it's Underroot Mythic. I do really want to get into doing like Mythic Dungeons and properly raiding. I just need to find like a group for it more than anything. Or a guild. Oh yeah, there's also the Undead Raptor, right? Like Zombie Raptor, also from Mythic. There's that yellow Protodrake that I have no intention of ever trying to get. I feel like maybe you could also make an argument for the Heavenly Cloud Serpents, because they have like kind of a spectrally sort of ghost look to them. I'm just trying to go through them quicker because I realise we're getting closer and closer. Oh yeah, there's the really good Protodrake, but again, Glory of the Orgrimmar Raider. I actually don't think I'm far off doing that from the times I was running it. But that is easily the best looking Protodrake. That isn't from like PvP stuff that you can't do anymore or whatever. To Felon back. What is that? I've never even seen that before. I mean, that kinda works. Also, it looks amazing. Is that a Demon Hunter specific mount? Or am I just... Did I just completely miss one of the coolest looking mounts from Legion? Also, it's soundless. Really cool mount. I just have never seen that rare up, ever. Yeah. Windows Charger, trying to get that. Risen Mare, obviously. Also, Rat Stallion could probably work. Also, he has like a bunch of skulls on him and stuff as well. But it does require me to farm out that achievement in Dalaran, which might be an issue. Yo, what? There's a Heroes of Storm promotion. That's unfortunate. That is a cool looking mount. Still want that Nixian Drake. Why is... I'm not going to get into the whole store mount argument. Sure. Yeah, Midnight. I don't know if Midnight's technically a undead horse or he's demonic. Who knows? Definitely not a good horse, either way. To be fair, the Meat Wagon could also work, but that does require me to buy like a £35 game that I already own. Invincible would be the coolest one. Although I think the thingy one can fly, the time walking one. Maybe that one. But yeah, the heavenly ones, I feel like you could probably get away with saying that. Looks like some sort of spirit. Probably get away with that too, but once again, in-game shop. Oh, also, yeah, we have that coming up, don't we? End of October, I assume? Probably that too. Maybe that? Although, I guess it does look more demonic than Undead, right? What the fuck? That would A, be perfect and looks so fucking cool. In-game shop. Huh. You know what I could buy for the price of that one mount? Another game. Or if you wait for the Steam sales. Or... yeah, I really want that as well. That would be the perfect mount, but... it is a colossal pain in the ass. I've gotten really far with it. I'm on the wrong character to show. But I've gotten so many of the goddamn shells every single time. Like, I solve the shell and then it's like, oh, you want another shell? Like, no, I want a mount. It's just like, I've gotten like 6 shells in a row or whatever. Like, literally the same item. Not even different things, just the same item again and again and again from the fossil archaeology. So irritating. I didn't realize he has like a green glowy thing on him. That's cool. Don't know what I'm missing now, I think. So yeah, did that get added just like real quietly in the background? Because I've not seen that before. The like skeletal Cathraxy. Wait. Where is it? It's not in the store. Also, do you get both of those for £19 now? Really? Wow, okay. Sure. Also, that's just a recolor of a mount we already have. I'm gonna stop looking at the store. The pricing on those mounts in the store is fucking ridiculous. £19 for a mount. I get that it's there for people to like give extra support to Blizzard and stuff if they want to, and then people are free to buy them if they want. I'm not gonna call anybody out for buying a mount, it's up to them what they spend the fucking money on. It's just irritating that the store mounts look as good as they do and then you can't get them in game without spending 20 quid to a game that you're already spending like a tenner a month on. You can literally pay for a 2-month sub with the same price that you buy a single mount with. In the space of 2 months you can earn, if you've not got any mounts right now, I know from experience you can earn about 100 mounts in those 2 months. For the price of 1 mount off the mount shop. Just saying. They're not worth the money. It's just irritating that they look as good as they do. Oh. Gloves and warbands, yep. Exactly what I wanted. I pressed the wrong button. I meant to press 5. That was definitely 4. Am I hearing things while a demon just glides through the air behind him? Yeah, probably, bud. Probably. Sorry, that was probably a weird water noise on the stream, wasn't it? I was just swirling my energy drink around to make sure it like picks up all the powder and stuff at the bottom. Oh, my difficulty set to the right one? Probably not. There we go. Guess I used all my Demon Hunter's look up getting that Brewfest ram immediately. Technically it was like a second try on it. But... I'm actually going to go and try and get the rest of those Brewfest mounts, I think. I don't know if I'll do it on stream, because... And I could probably keep streaming, but I don't know how entertaining I'll be for another hour. I'll be honest. Kinda running low on topics I want to discuss. I'd love to talk about the boys and stuff. It's the only thing I've really been watching apart from like other streams, weirdly. Oh, I managed to get stuck on a door frame. Fair enough. Yeah, it's kind of the only thing I've been watching lately, and I want to talk about it, but I also don't want to spoil it for other people, because it's just really fucking good, and you should go watch it if you're not watching it. Well, you should watch it if you like, I don't know, funny action stuff, nice twist on superheroes. Well, I say a nice twist on superheroes. All the superheroes in that show, apart from like one, are basically complete dickheads. That's the point. Although I've heard it's got some weird advertising. Like, apparently it's being advertised everywhere, on everything. Heard some people complaining about them seeing like 10 adverts in a row or something stupid. Yeah, these need like arranging over here. There we go. I try to keep the ground mounts on the right and the fly mounts on the left. Doesn't work perfectly, but... Well, the gang ruffian was clapping at me, that's why I couldn't kill him.
Or that we've met before?
We good, Joe? Yep. Okay. Try and kill these guys.
It's you and me against the world, baby.
I mean, I feel like if Murlocs can learn lines and perform in a play, then, I feel like we can get them as an allied race, you know, Blizz? Maybe? Okay, I think all of them are blowing up at me. Although I'm pretty sure, I should just think of something completely off the top of my head. Left 4 Dead got an update the other day that I think added in a new map or mode or something. It might be worth going and having a look at that at some point, because I used to love playing Left 4 Dead. I used to play it all the time. Then, when I got on PC and stuff, I used to play custom maps all the time. I think there's some really old series on my YouTube channel, actually, from, like, maybe 5 years ago? Maybe longer, actually. Of me and Tom playing through. Just a whole bunch of Left 4 Dead custom maps. Like, I'm pretty sure we played through a Minecraft one at some point. I think I even did like a... Well, I started doing a mod series. But, it was bad. And also, at exactly the same day I uploaded mine, I think C-Nanas or like Gassy Mexican or something started doing exactly the same thing. It was like, oh, okay. Yeah, mine's not going to get seen by anybody, is it? These two, like, giant YouTubers start doing exactly the same thing I'd been, like, planning to do for weeks. Okay. Well, back to the drawing board on that one, I guess. Yeah, I used to play Left 4 Dead all the time. It's what I was kind of hoping that World War Z game was going to be, but I still don't think that game has mod support. I haven't actually looked at it in ages. I'm pretty sure it's free on something now. Game Pass.
I'm out of range.
I got it on Epic, I think. Like super discounted. It was either super discounted or free on Epic. But I really enjoyed that for a bit. But after like... There's only 4 campaigns, I think, and that's it. The game's done. Whereas Left 4 Dead 2 on PC has all the mod support, which means there's essentially an infinite number of campaigns because people can just keep making new ones. And because of that, you can literally play that game forever. Because people just keep making new content and keep making new guns and characters and maps and everything. Just what I hoped World War Z was going to be, because it just seemed like Left 4 Dead but with better enemy AI. Because it has that thing where the AI acts as a swarm or whatever, where it can like build, it builds mounds so that it can eventually like climb up to you and you can knock it down using kind of physics, where you can like shoot the bottom of it to destabilize the stack, and then that causes them to mostly fall down, so then you can stop them getting up to you or whatever, or slow them down. I can't remember which character it was that really struggles with this fight. I think it might be the warrior? Because you just take so much damage so quickly. Although I wouldn't even want to try this on the warrior anymore because of all that fucking corruption.
I can't carry anymore.
Oh good, that choker that we've had every single time. Cool. The same choker. Pretty sure I made that exact statement at the start of the stream, and then we got it at the end of the stream too. What a point to end on. Oh well. We got something this stream at the very least. It wasn't one of the undead mounts I planned on getting, but we got something. And we also have a vague idea of the route to run through Strathholm to go quicker now, which is nice. Just need to remember left first, rather than going back on myself and having to wait in the bug tunnel. Yeah, been fun. It's kind of nice coming back to WoW after a nice break, I guess, playing Necromunda. Yeah, super looking forward to pre-patch. Hope that's Friday. Hopefully. Let's see if we can get any other undead mounts another day. Like I said, we can come back and farm this again. At least Baron Rivendell's one. We could also do an island expedition stream. Potentially. Might do that Tuesday if the event thing that's going on is really bad. Harvest Festival. If that's just like nothing, basically, then we'll go and do island expeditions instead. If it's like Brewfest, where it was literally just you got to do some quests and then the daily is just one quest and a dungeon, basically, for an entire month, which seems so dumb. It's basically a month-long event and it's one daily quest and a dungeon, and that's the entire event. At least, you know, whatever it was had a long-running thing for a while. Like, even Dark Moon Fair, it lasts a week, but it has more stuff to do than Brewfest that lasts 3. It's insane. Anyway, hopefully Harvest Festival has something to do. If it doesn't, we will probably doing Island Expeditions on Tuesday, and we'll do some gold farming stuff tomorrow after Necromunda, because I do want to actually get that wrapped up and like finish that. I wouldn't say finish the series, but like finish it for now. Pardon me, I really need to burp then, sorry. But yeah. We will get that finished on Monday, tomorrow. And then hopefully we'll come back to Necromunda in a little bit once it's been patched and things have been fixed and the AI doesn't just derp out for the entire game. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. Hope you had fun with me just ranting on for 2 hours, almost 15 minutes. We did get a mount, which is nice. In fact, I'll get it up. Hopefully it will have a little more luck tomorrow or Tuesday on getting some more Undead mounts, because we can farm for Rivendell's thing again tomorrow and Tuesday, and we can also go for the Risen Mare on Tuesday as well. So, thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys again tomorrow.